Hello everyone, let's make some beef ribs. This is the English version of this video. Yo hice otra versión de español. Pueden buscarla en mi canal y encontrar la versión en español. You can look that up in Spanish in my channel as well. But today we're making these beautiful beef ribs, and just follow me step by step. If you like it, subscribe and share with your friends and family. So what we have here, we have beef ribs portion here, about 4, 5, 6 pounds. And now we're gonna make our own spices here. So I'm gonna mix equal parts of cilantro, fresh ground pepper, salt, fresh ground salt, and garlic powder. Equal parts. So one teaspoon of 1 tablespoon of each. Equal parts, and we're just gonna mix it together. Equal parts. Mix it together, and we're gonna rub this rack our own. So the first thing we're gonna do is we have to clean this under running cold water. So you always clean your beef like this under running cold water. Just make sure there's no blood anywhere. You clean it under the sink and you bring it back to the table, and now we're gonna clean it up. So the first thing, you're gonna use some paper towel to pat it down. Make sure it's dry, because that's how your spices are gonna actually stick to the meat. So we're gonna make sure this is dry. So using a paper towel, we're gonna dry this rack. I have like 4 bones here, so we're gonna dry it out, and now we're gonna rub it with our spices. But before we do that, we have to clean it up a little bit. You see all this fat here? You have to make sure that you kind of clean it a little bit. I mean, the fat's gonna melt down, it's gonna render down when it's cooking, but some of these layers are just too thick, and you don't want that whole bunch of fat in the way. So you want to just expose the meat there. Now, be careful not to, when you're trimming this fat, be careful not to cut into the meat, because you don't want to waste any meat here. So we're just gonna clean this to your liking. Some people like to trim it a lot. Some people like to just trim it a little bit. Like I said, most of this actually is gonna melt during the cooking process, but I really don't like it. So this silver skin here, you have to take it out. This silver skin it's like bubble gum. You're gonna be chewing on this all day. So what I like to do is just lift it up like that. So I lift it up. So I did those strips, so it's a lot easier to cut it down. And then you lift it up with a nice knife until you take all that silver skin. That is silver skin, and it is actually like bubble gum. You'll be chewing that all weekend. So you clean it as much as you can, and I'll continue to clean some of this fat here too. You see how thick this fat is? This is just too much fat. So I mean, some people like to leave it there. I don't. So this is your liking. I'm just making you a suggestion here. This is my channel. This is how I do it. But you can do it any way you do, because that's your kitchen. But if you want to taste just like this one, just follow my steps, step by steps. And you see this all silver skin on the back? We're gonna make sure you lift this up the bone here on the back. This is very slippery. This is very slippery here, so you need a paper towel to be able to grab that and then pull it off. I strongly recommend you do that. Some people don't do it. I do strongly recommend you pull this back, and you pull it all the way back. So there you have it. All this skin on the back on the bones, you want to make sure you take them out with the help of a paper towel here, and you pull it all the way out, because this is gonna make the cooking process a lot better. And when you're eating these ribs, it's gonna be a lot easier on you. So there you have it. This is just something to take out, and now we're ready for the rub. So the rub we created, remember, this is what I like. You can do any rub that you like, but I use equal parts of cilantro, fresh ground pepper, fresh ground salt, Himalayan salt, and garlic powder. Equal parts, so about a tablespoon of each. And then you're gonna pat it all the way around. Some people don't like to season the bone part, because oh, there's all bones back there. I don't care. I want to season everything, so my ribs are gonna be super delicious everywhere you bite. So I like to season the back, the sides, the inner, the other side, the top, everywhere I can see and I can reach with my seasoning, I'm gonna apply some of that. So you just go all over around, and this is kind of ready. So this is how it should look after the seasoning. You see I went all over the rib rack here, top, bottom, sides, everywhere. And now we're gonna do, we're gonna transfer these to aluminum paper here for the cooking process, and we're gonna put a piece of aluminum on the bottom that is bigger than your ribs. There you go. And we're gonna put another piece of aluminum on top of this, so we're creating like a sandwich here. Now we're gonna fold it up. You're gonna fold these up, so we're trying to keep all the juices in there. So you're gonna fold it, try to keep it tight, and you're gonna fold it up on all sides with the opening on top. And this is ready. Ideally, you want to put this in the fridge for about 10 hours. If you don't have the time, that's fine. We're gonna go straight to the oven. But if you can, put it in the fridge for about 10 hours, or from the night before, something like that. That would be ideally. But if you don't have the time, let's go to the oven. And we're gonna put the oven in 385 Fahrenheit for about 3.5 hours. I put some potatoes here on the side, so I'm gonna mix it with the potatoes. But 385 Fahrenheit for 3.5 hours. And we pull it out after 3.5 hours, and when you check it out, this is how they should look. You see how they pull back from the bone? That means they're done. But just to make sure, I'm gonna try the temperature here. Any piece of beef above 160, 180 should be fine, and this is already in 200, so I know this is almost falling off the bone, and this is just ready for some color here. So you take them out of there carefully, put them on a rack. Take them out of there, you put them on a rack, and now we're gonna broil this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it some color. These are done. I just wanna make them look pretty. So I'm gonna put some of this barbecue sauce, any barbecue sauce that you want, that you like, whatever. I mean, you wanna buy your barbecue sauce, fine. You wanna make your own, fine. I have videos on that as well. Here I'm using one that I bought in the supermarket for 99 cents. Remember, this is gonna be good anyway. It doesn't matter. This is gonna be really, really, really good. So we paint all over the top with our barbecue sauce of your preference. So we put our barbecue sauce all over, and this is how it should look after you paint all the rack, the entire rack, with your barbecue sauce. Any barbecue that you like, you just go and slather that over all the meat there. And we're gonna put this in the oven. You're gonna set your oven for broil. Broil is the fire from above the meat. So broil low, not high, low. You see the fire on top? That's gonna give it some, that's gonna burn down that sauce and give it some nice color. So this is only gonna take like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. You gotta keep an eye on it, don't walk away from it. And this is how they should look after about 5 to 10 minutes under the broiler. Let's cut into this, see how they actually look. We're gonna be careful here because they're super, super, super tender. So use a good knife and be careful cutting down, otherwise they're just gonna shred down. So here you have it. Look at this beautiful piece of rib here, beef ribs. Oh my goodness, this is well done. I mean, that's how I like them, because they're falling off the bone, and this it's almost like pulled beef. So you're just gonna shred by itself. This is how I serve it. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share with your friends and family. There you have it. Let's talk next time.